Hello, everybody. Welcome to Team Builder Week 2. We are here with Shiro, and we got Bloops and Blops versus Big Bongo Boys today. And we're just gonna have a fun time. Hopefully, have some good games. And we'll see how everything shakes out. What's going on, Shiro?
Oh, we're having a wonderful night over here. I wonder. I hope everyone else is doing all right. And the same goes to you. What's going on? What's going on? What's new?
Nothing much. Just ready to cast some League.
Oh,
Big patch stuff going on.
ooh.
Today actually, so we'll see how everything shakes out there.
Yeah, we have
But
so much to going into these patch notes because it was a ton of nerfs that went into it, but and not really as many buffs, but a lot of the changes weren't super impactful. Like, I wouldn't say
right,
that they
yeah,
were meta defining or meta changing by any stretch of the imagination. The only thing I would say was potentially the Blade of the Rune King changes, but otherwise, nah.
yeah. I mean, like a lot, like 15 or so, probably like 20 champs got nerfed. But like you said, it's not like super game changing, but a lot of just like quality of life stuff on certain champs. A lot of champs a little bit overtuned. But same goes for buffs though. Like not like any huge buffs. A lot of like small, minute things like Zaya getting like 5% on her W. Things like that. But
Yeah, there were a lot of what could potentially be considered placebo buffs, where, like you said, like a little bit of higher base damage, like 10 extra base damage, 5% scaling changes. You had a bunch of things that you
Mm,
could have that happened. But if you want to, like, I mean, there's the biggest changes though are going to be to the objective bounties. Like that was a big thing that they decided to, not just objective bounties, but just bounties in general, because they had changed
mhm,
a lot about them. To my understanding, it is the champion bounties, obviously, and the objective bounties. The and particularly with the objective bounties, it's like you have they're going to essentially, it boils down to it, they're going to be worth a little bit less, but they're also going
mhm.
to happen a bit more frequently. So it's like it's a lot easier to get into that objective bounty state.
Right, right. But yeah,
Uh,
we have Bloops and Blops back here again that we casted last week. Unfortunately, taking the O2. But hopefully they can bounce back this week. Their comps looked really good, but they just couldn't they couldn't scale into the late game, and then when they had those big team fights, they just kind of crumbled. Um, in those like high octane team fights that were really but they did also have some good team fights. I remember last week they had that big Baron fight that they did kind of turn things around. So
oh yeah.
we shall see.
Yeah, it's like they didn't have, like, there were no like bad team comps or anything like that. It was just like
Right,
the game plan that each comp wanted to execute just wasn't executed, which is okay. That happens.
right, right, right.
But I really hope that they bounce back because I believe in them. I need them. I want them to do better. I want them to do it. I want to see them get a win.
Right, yeah, for sure. Also Big Bongo Boys. I wasn't able to really look deep into their pool or anything, but kind of have to play it by ear and see what they got to bring.
It's as far as champions go, like we might be seeing
Mm.
about a couple of different things, like a potential Samira pick or a set. We might see making a return. W- can never count out the Nautilus, of
Right,
course.
right,
The
of
Nautilus
course.
is always a staple here, and obviously other things like a Mumu and Hui, Yone and Seraphine, Kench. We got all these lovely champions on deck that could be played on either side.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, also, quick thing as well, Lethal Tempo got 1% scaling as well. I thought that would be a nice thing to bring up as well.
Oh yeah, and that's like a per stack buff, so it
Mm-hmm.
gains, I believe, say 12%,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that.
Let me see. If I can scroll all the way to the
It
bottom, Jesus,
is
there's so
6% per
much.
stack
Yeah,
instead of 5. So instead of capping out at 25% attack speed, it caps out at 30. So it's 5% attack speed.
not bad. But yeah, I wanna can't wait to
Wait,
see if
I can't do math because it has six. Well, because I was doing it. Did I wait?
so
Did
it'd
I do
be
that right?
30
It's
and then it'd be
30, 30,
36.
36. Yeah, because I was like, it's six
So
stacks, not five. I don't know
yeah,
why I thought it was five stacks.
I wanna see if any of these like buffs like Corky or anything if he finds his way back into the bot lane or in the mid lane. Because you can never count um him or Tristana out of mid. So we will have to see. But I do I like Tristana and Corky in the mid lane, but I also kind of don't because like put my mages back in the mid lane. That's what I've been really liking to see.
Mages for mid lane. Mages for mid lane.
That's what
I
that's
know
what I'm
I
looking
know
for.
I know I hear all of your mage cries, but the ADCs have been in and out of of mid and top. I mean, I need to get them out of top lane for sure because that's where I go. But who cares? We're trying our best to deal with each AD carry as they come, particularly the Corki and the Lucian and the Tristana because they love to be played. Although in top lane, it's mostly what Vayne and Quinn who are
Vayne Quinn, yeah.
disgusting and want to make my life awful.
For sure, for sure. I haven't like since I've started playing top. I guys just play a lot of into a lot of Vayne's top, but like as time went on, like they just kind of started like slowly just like disappearing, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna complain.
That's something that happens when they nerf them repeatedly. Um, who said that? You heard something?
No. But
Mm.
no, I mean, what else we had to talk about before we get into things here?
Eh, I mean, I'm good
I
with
don't
that.
think there's much else. I think we are going to send you guys to a quick break, and we will be back when we have draft up and ready.
Sounds good. Until then, we'll see you. Don't
All
go
right.
anywhere.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to Team Builder Dorans. We are gonna hop in here to the draft with Bloops and Blops and Big Bongo Boys. Um and we'll see what takes prio here in these first couple of picks of bands. I feel
Mm,
like Yone might still be somewhat of a prio band just because it's a lot of comfort for people. And he can go mid or top. But
yeah, especially when they're out here and they're doing their best to kind of keep him relevant without giving him enough of a nerf to push him completely out of meta. So I mean,
hmm.
yeah,
Karthus
yeah,
first ban, a little interesting here since, all the AP junglers were, taken down a notch. Was it 2 patches ago now?
something like that. They targeted Faded Ashes, so it was realistically not all of the AP junglers, just the ones that were using Leandries
Mm-hmm.
and
Kench ban
other
again.
Faded Ash adjacent items.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of the tank bans here, Seraphine and Lysandra. Looks like a lot of targeted bans here um, from either side, along with some of the tankier champions like Tom Kench, which he's going to be good because it's still start of patch, hasn't been touched up or anything, or they haven't felt the need to touch him up at all.
Yeah. Seraphine obviously is very much a staple in the bot lane.
Mhm.
Is very consistent as well, just in a lot of roles, in all three roles that you're usually used to seeing her in, which is mid as the bot lane carry and as the support. So I mean,
Go
when you can
everywhere, just
flex
like
something,
Poppy.
yep, when you can flex something like that, you tend to want to get rid of it. But Mordekaiser and Lissandra going out as well. So
Well, it's a Nocturne ban. Nocturne, easy ganks, one button R for a nice quick little gank and a nice MF first pick coming out here. As
yeah,
well as
Nocturne.
Nyla. I like to see some Nyla. Hasn't been being seen a lot. They are hovering, so maybe they switch it up.
Nila is such an interesting champion in the sense to where she usually is the opposite as far as the AD carry meta, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is when crit ADCs are good, she's bad. But when crit ADCs are bad, she's really good.
Mm-hmm. I do like Nyla because she does scale very well in late game, especially when you have someone like Leona to kind of peel for her. But she's very odd because she's not able to be played in any solo lanes, despite her like kind of being like a wanting getting in your face kind of champion.
Mm.
Because she can't survive on her own in the other solo lanes. So she's definitely very interesting and definitely has a unique playstyle as an ADC.
She also has like that old Mordekaiser type passive where it's like she kind of just requires her support to be around.
Yeah, sharing or getting the extra XP and everything like that.
Hmm.
Nami here for the side of Bloops and Blobs here, along with possible Wukong jungle, and he is gonna lock it in.
And Leona not into Nami is not. I mean, well, the Nami was picked into Leona, but I mean, it's a very good counter pick, so to speak. Where Leona has a hard time like getting onto certain enchanters, and Nami just happens to be one of them because she can just sit so far back. And even if you do manage to land like a Zenith Blade on her or even a Solar Flare, it's like, I'm gonna bubble myself, and you're not gonna be able to move for 10 years. So I was like,
Right.
oh, okay, well, that was a fun engage.
That was very worthwhile engage here. I'm just kind of sitting in a bubble for a while.
Hmm. So
We have Volley Bear going out onto the other side. I like the idea of the volley flex, whether he goes top or jungle.
mhm.
Let's do that.
And Aurora to be paired off with the Fiora ban.
I think
Aurora,
Aurora is just very well with both of those top laners. They're very oppressive, if given the right circumstances.
yeah, and with Aurora, it's really weird, right? Because she's only really good as a counter pick, because then you find out that a lot of those gap closing top laners are just kind of dumpster her. So it's not like she's amazing, but she's just got kind of like what the AP version of like all those ranged 80 carries that we're used to seeing.
And then Jax and Ornn rounding out our ban phase here. Targeting a good amount of top laners here in this draft. So we'll have to see what they want to go for here. Syndra. Oh, Vex. I like Vex if they decide to go with Vex. Kind of hovering between the two. See what they prefer to go with, and they prefer to go with the
Syndra.
Syndra.
Syndra's a lot safer, and Vex is just with her long range engage. It's really hard to truly be at a numbers disadvantage.
Like her ult is very good just to do that burst damage, but you really need the coordination with her team to follow up on because that fear is just devastating, along with like Nocturne or um and any of those like fear champions, because it's just such a weird form of CC. All right, set
That
here
is true,
gonna
and
be coming out, and ooh, I like Orianna. If they decide to go with Orianna, they have a lot of good lockdown potential here.
yeah, you have Nami to keep Misfortune safe, and then you can play ball carry with Set or Wukong. So it's like it's very much like it's very good to have it across the board. And Cho'Gath, ooh, wait, the Cho'Gath could be an interesting pick in the sense to where um it's just peculiar, mainly because it's the way Set it interacts with the Set ultimate, right? So when he hits you with that Showmaker or Showstopper, sorry, it deals a lot of AoE damage on the landing zone, right? But that's based on the target's the target's HP. So when Cho'Gath, you're sitting in there on like 10 stacks, level 16, guy's got 10,000 HP. You're kind of your characters can kind of get one shot. So
Yeah. I
it'll
don't
be fun
mind
to
it.
see.
I don't mind it. It's I like the tankiness that Big Bongo boys have going on their side.
Oh yeah,
Because there's not a lot of tankiness here on the side of BNB. They have a lot of, I don't want to call it burst, but you have the Orianna ult, you have the MF ult. Um, Wukong's good for some CC, but it's a lot more like playing off of this Orianna to kind of transfer into those other kills or those big team fights.
yeah. It kind of relies both on both Wukong and Orianna to kind of team fight cohesively. Although you have the Nami, you can pair it with the Misfortune. It's just still one of those things that, again, good team comp. Make sure that it's executed correctly, and you'll
For
be
sure,
okay.
for sure.
But
I'm excited to see, like I said, I'm so excited to see this Nyla just because I haven't seen her played a lot in like very cohesive 5v5. So I'm very interested to see how this goes for her.
mm,
But
but
all right,
with that, I think we should take a break before we get into it properly.
for sure. We will see you guys in just a bit here once we get onto the rift. All right, everybody, welcome to the Rift. Starting off here, lots of pings going on. Maybe a little bit of invade tech going on. But
I
yeah,
wouldn't
welcome to the
mind.
Rift.
I would not mind some level 1 shenanigans.
I'm always down for some level 1 shenanigans. Do you feel me?
Mm. I'm usually the very against the level 1 shenanigans in solo queue, but I mean, like, and watching these kinds of games, I'm always like, why do we gotta always 5 point? Why can't we do something fun? 5 point is nice and safe, and I get that if you're playing like a scaling comp, that's not very good level 1, but I mean, if your team's good level 1, why not? Get in there, make some magic happen, get some early leads, why not? Pull some summoner spells, why not?
I think I've played too much spellbook where you start level 3 because we just me and my friends just perma invade.
Not the starting level 3.
Spellbook is fun. Spellbook's a nice little fresh break from the normal Summoner's Rift. Especially
Mm.
been yearning for the Earth.
The Earth mode. I love Earth
Hmm
mode. I get to sit there and blast all my abilities 15 times a second.
Yep. And
Oh.
also no leash from blue side. I've seen that a lot of people are like, yeah, in this patch don't leash your jungler.
It's kind of just been the trend to just not do that because see some trading going on in the top lane. Set asserting dominance. Go ahead, T-pose on them. T-pose on them. But
Really
no,
good trade here from Oriana.
yeah. But no, it's like junglers generally are moving away from getting a leash because what they're realizing is just that it's better for your laners, particularly your bot laners, to have prio.
Mm-hmm. Syndra getting the push now. Oriana did not get level 2 during that fight. Same thing with setup here though. Seth's got level 2 and Cho'Gath's just kind of left to sit here and kind of take the beating for now. Seeing if second an early push. He does get the pull. He does level up again, but can't get anything finished. W does miss just a bit.
I don't know if
Well,
it
there's
was a
definitely
miss
going to be a
or
kill here in the mid lane
I don't know if it
sometime
was a
soon. A lot
wait,
of somebody's well being
wait.
blown off, and Oriana does get the
Oh,
first blood. Super close fight there.
all right. That's a good one. I want to break that down a little bit. Now, fun fact for those who don't know is Oriana's passive. The more time she auto attacks the same target, the more damage it does per auto. So that's why she kind of went for that. Why Meowtips went for that. But that was really like fun to see. Like someone like really abusing Oriana's passive like that. You don't
That was,
often
that was
see like Oriana like autoing something to death.
Yeah, I always I actually did know that. It was actually really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good little fight there in the mid lane, little solo 1v1. No junglers really had the time to get there. Volley is pathing top, and I don't think he's gonna get anything. There's a big wave here um, for Willow. And I'm just taking this fight in the minion wave. Gonna lose a lot of health, but Set just does so much damage. Volley's gonna be there for the peel just in case.
Yeah, Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath like Willow can't quite step up just yet. Like Cho'Gath needs a lot of time to scale into this matchup, so contesting the wave like that is just so dangerous every time.
Yeah, I mean he had a big wave with him, but Set just does a lot of damage. And then he has his
And
W in case he does take a little bit too much damage. Oh, Volibear is still here. So that's gonna get cut out. He can't W yet. Cho'Gath on super low HP. Flash getting burned out here, and Volley's gonna go in for it, and he does get the trade back.
it's a lot of summoners supposedly decided to use both flashes in top and top jungle for that.
Yeah.
But it's not that serious because Soldig's did retain the teleport to just kind of get back there, so losing the next to nothing.
I'm gonna get a little bit locked down here. A lot of HP. I'm gonna just kindly back off Wukong here on the bot side. Now they're just gonna casually take her stroll away from the jungler and the sport. Volibear is here. We might see a drag fight come out if we're not careful. Volibear does get the upper hand onto Wukong, jumps onto the Nami as Nyla comes in with the dash, gets bubbled as Volibear is still continuing to go as there's going to be 2 flashes burn. Xenoblade connecting, Volibear getting another kill, going to chase for one more on the Wukong if he can get there. He's going to catch up to him, and that's going to be Wukong heading back to the fountain.
That was... That... Oh, okay.
Taking
Let's break it down. Let's break that down a little bit, because it was... that started off with Higgis with Higgis. How would you pronounce that? Let's start there. I should have asked that.
I'll say that, or just Gus.
Okay, I'm gonna find that out so I know for certain next time we do this. But it opened up with the smite coming in from them to take away the crab, which was overcommitted by Tricksers, expecting the team to kind of back him up some more, but they were kind of too low to make anything happen.
A little bit of damage here coming out on the Orianna. It was really good because the Volibear just has that sticking power to just kind of run everyone down, and then Nyla using her dash to hop on to the Volibear to kind of just keep the sticking power. There's a little bit more damage there, but yeah, it was just a little bit of miscommunication, it seems, but it was a good fight here from Big Bongo Boys. Have a little bit of a lead still. The mages in the mid lane trading it out.
Mages for mid lane. Mages for mid lane.
That's what I like to see. This is the matchup I love to see. I love seeing the Syndra, the Orianna, even a casual Nico from time to time. A great ult from both of them, but Syndra just has a little bit more damage there. Getting another kill, or getting a kill onto the Orianna.
Don't you just love putting kill-like damage?
Yeah, Orianna's got to work a little bit harder, but you know, Syndra just takes a couple of balls, throws them out, and hits the R button. That's gonna be a kill for her.
Just keeps hitting you with them over and over and over again. I'm like, oh my.
Playing DDR on my keyboard.
Basically.
My favorite thing when there's a bunch of like skill shot champions on the other team. That's every time. I'm just like, I'm playing DDR on my keyboard. Oh, big engage here from the Nyla and the Leona. Leona does land the Zenith Blade, but not enough damage. Does get the flash burned out from MF.
I don't know if
Nami has no heal right now.
I don't know if Grill saw Dino.
I don't know, because he came from the top Tribush here, and
which was warded.
Yeah, maybe just didn't see it, but does land a nice bubble as Nyla's gonna come in here. Is gonna get burned down a little bit, and Nyla getting the shield off, and she's going to pick up the kill here, as the Leona is going to get the kill onto the MF, and Wukong going to get a kill onto the Nami, as that's going to be a double kill here for Wukong.
Very bloody game.
I thought Nyla was for sure going to be gone there. And Orianna looking like she's going to go down again to that Syndra. 2-1. She's maybe stepped up a little bit too far. Not ready for the damage from the... Oh, I didn't realize she has Dark Seal and Torque Shoes. So a little bit too much damage for the Orianna. But...
Now, that 400 gold difference is kind of just... It's crazy to see that it's only 400 at this point, about to be 500, even though it's like a 1 kill gap. But still, it's like you still gotta respect her, like as the Orianna, because Syndra with any kind of lead just says, I'm gonna one shot you.
Gonna be stepping up too far here, and the Volibear is gonna be there and just gets chunked. And Orianna trying to ult the Syndra, but to no avail. She's gonna go down again. As that's going to be an even bigger gold lead here for the Syndra, and having a fed Syndra, you know, never good. She's just going to be walking around, and that's going to be an ult from the Cho'Gath, as they're going to do a tower dive here onto the bot lane, and this Volibear burning his flash just to survive, and he's going to make it out. Oh, very good tower dive here by the side of Big Bongo Boys. Volibear's kind of going where he pleases, just taking ganks when he wants to, and he's just going to be a little bit of an issue here as he's 4-0.
Oh yeah.
Here with
Once the ultimate is unlocked from Volibear, none of your towers are safe because he's just gonna walk by and turn it off for 2 seconds, which is a long time in League of Legends.
yeah,
You ever been hit by a 2 second root?
Morgana.
Morgana's a 3 second root. You might as well be dead. Might as well hit the AFK button at that point.
Here you go, new combo. You got Victor in the mid lane. You got Morgana as support. You got who else has a long stun? You got the uproot from Cho'Gath.
I got Maokai.
AFK warning the team comp is what I'm trying to build.
Oh no. Let's just get Malzahar in there, why don't you?
I want to. Syndra gonna be coming up here for the set, and the set's gonna be way, way, way too far up, and gets a silence here from the Cho'Gath as he's gonna try to ult away here. Does burn his flash at the end of play, just barely missing, and there's 4 up there for that set.
It was actually really well played. The Showstopper using it to ult towards his tower and then flash away just created so much distance so that they couldn't even collapse on that correctly.
It looks like they're going to be trading out Void Grubs for Drag again, but opposite sides this time. So nobody's going to get the extra little buff from the Grubbies. But it is going to be 1 dragon apiece. As the Orianna and Nami coming in on this Leona, but she's just going to go run back to her jungler as Wukong hanging out, but he's going to get spotted by the ward. Is that Syndra just chunking HP with her balls. Orianna just does not want to step up anymore, and the good thing that she has learned, because there was a Volibear and a Leona waiting for her just as soon as she stepped up, just a little bit too far.
I don't know, that's a little too scary for me to be stepping with my tower from, even knowing my tower's not even safe.
Wukong gonna be diving onto this Leona, but she is gonna be able to make it away. And a little bit of damage. But I mean, it's not completely lost as of yet. I mean, Orianna's a little bit low on mana here. It's gonna be run down here by this. Oh, flash into ult, and she is gonna be taken down.
I was not expecting that
too
much
strong.
damage. Her
So
ultimate just
like-
did like 500 damage. Not even level 11. Just maximum number of balls she could have out at one time, and just 500 damage.
Yeah, she's at like 1/3 HP, and she just gets popped like a zit.
Ew. That's not a visual I wanted today. Uh-oh.
The W here. Cho'Gath's just gonna start running at him now. Showstopper gonna be going towards his tower. There's a little bit of trading in the favor of both here. But yeah, Cho'Gath's gonna be able to start just running up to the set, silencing him, just getting those heartsteel stacks as often as possible. Are on vision here, but no collapse available. As that's gonna be TPing back top.
This
Just gonna be able to farm.
Soldix was able to complete the work on that base, so it might swing. That might be what he needs to switch that matchup back in his favor.
Also, that Wukong just losing half his health from like 2 Cinder Balls. Just crazy to me. And looks like Volibear might want to, turn off this tower again. He might just run in there and just get a kill onto this Nami.
I don't think
I
he'll
think
need
he's going
to.
to burn all it here. Yeah, he's just going to get run down. Oh, Nami survives for a while, but she is going to end up being taken down. That tower was super heated up. That Nyla almost dies for that kill.
Yeah, about another quarter of a second, and there would have been another shot that would have ended her life, perhaps.
They do get first tower in the bot here, but not much of. I mean, 4,000 gold. I mean, not too much you can't come back from. You still have this 2-in-1 Wukong. Just got to find some good gangsters. This set is just going to be laying into the Cho'Gath, and he is going to flash away from the W.
Yeah. But like I said, like after completing Blade of the Ruined King, all of that HP stacking that Cho'Gath does becomes a little bit
Lots of damage here
intensive.
from the set as he's gonna pick up the kill with the corner of his W. Yeah, that Bork really putting in the work there. Volibear's gonna path top. He's gonna be spotted on the ward. Because I don't know if they want to go in on this. Looks like Trix does want to engage on this. Shield comes back out. Nami ultimate coming in as Leona is there as he's still living with the heals. Gets the flash off as the Wukong is getting dangerously low as Leona's gonna go back towards the tower.
And it's a little insane to me to think this version was also caught lacking, it seems, a little bit by our resident nuclear bomb.
This is up a little bit too far, and she's just gonna find you, and your 2/3 of your health is gone, if not all of it.
And now, I do want to point out that just to the Blade of the Ruined King for a moment, like that was like it was nerfed. The item was nerfed. It took 2% off of the melee percent HP damage, like max HP current HP damage. Sorry. So, and it was only reduced by 1% for range champions. But in this situation, just even the 2% difference, even with that, it still looks like it's doing plenty of good work against people who just stack HP.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There's a little bit of a takeover in the bot jungle as, you know, top laners are gonna duke it out, see if Set can save his tower, as it looks like Big Bongo boys are going to end up taking this drag. No vision as of yet, but Nami is gonna come around, see if she can ward it, and
And die.
there's all of Nami's health gone.
She what was it? What was her only counterplay was to ward the pit first. But even then, it's just so scary because it doesn't matter. If Sindra was in the opposite space, she would have blown her up no matter what.
Yeah, got caught on that vision, and she just can't do anything. Not even I mean, Oriana can build Zonias if she so pleases, but I mean, even then, I think as soon as you come out of that Zonias, if your team doesn't follow up, you are just going to be nuked again.
Oh yeah, Box is putting people on T-shirts at this point. They are
So it's
missing
gonna come
post.
up,
They are
walk up
missing.
to this
Oh,
Nyla. Is she might get away? She burns barrier. Looks like she will get away as that is going to be kind of switching targets here as Wukong does not
ooh.
pick up the kill on the Leona. She gets away with such low health, and he's getting a little bit aggressive here as he comes up, and the Volibear is there as Wukong is going to go down, and Volibear is just going to start walking him down. So
I
close
mean,
there for BNB. Got both Nyla and that Leona super low as the set is going to get caught out here. It's good, putting up a good fight though against this Volibear as he again gets the side of Big Bongo Boys super low, but just cannot finish off a kill. It's done here from the Syndra. And yeah, I mean, Volibear is 5-0, Syndra is 6-1, Nyla is 3-1. They got some good
yeah,
bounties on them, but it's just the execution of taking them out.
that last fight, that last string of fights, because I can't even call that a singular fight. It's like when you're sitting there and everybody's just escaping with 100 HP, which is exactly what just happened, which was disastrous in every way for the Bloops and Blops team. But let's see what they can do about it now that our lovely Shelly has been taken off the map now.
Yeah, I mean, Wukong wanted the fight and wanted the kill, but Volibear is just there to peel and take him out. As this Cho'Gath's getting pretty large, but he does not want to get caught out here still because that set does still do a decent chunk of damage as Syndra's just again going to walk up and the MS survives!
The
Oh my
first person,
god!
the first ultimate that came out that was survived.
First ever person to survive the fucking the
Oh.
nuke of the Syndra. Wukong here, just farming a little bit of the wave, not to get it too far pushed.
All things are going. All things are going. in the way for the Bongo Boys.
Nobody here to follow up on the Leona stun. Is Wukong's just trying to do his chickens? Is that gonna come in here? Get a nice E, but the lockdown on the side of Big Bongo Boys is the Nami ult comes out just to peel a little bit as the Wukong does when his ult is. Ooh, as Orianna steps a little bit too far up, almost loses her life as the set Will and Orianna after that as the flash ult from the Syndra going to take him down pretty low, and she's going to end up picking up that kill in the end. And Shelly is going to come out, and Leona's going to go and drive the bus here. Take out this tower, probably definitely get 2 charges here on that inhib turret.
And it's just so hard for the
Ult here, but Volibear is just going to bring it down on the MF as they are going to get an inhib.
Well, I mean, it's just so hard for Boops and Bops to even like have any kind of counterplay here. The pause has come out, which gives me plenty of time to go out. Plenty of time to come out here and yap and do the thing that I would like to do. But when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, Volibear is here. Oh, wait, Volibear is here. So then he's like, oh, the tower, that lovely thing back there, your tower. That doesn't exist. That's not saving you. That's not helping you. Especially when you have Syndra coming back in. It's coming back in to kind of blow you up, even though you're there underneath the tower. It doesn't even matter. But it seems that our game is coming back, so I don't want to hold it too long. But I'm still going to keep yapping either way. But so as they continue to try to take down this Volibear before he gets away with every little bit of murder that's happening. And it looks like there's a surrender vote.
Okay. I mean, the Volibear, the Syndra, honestly, player of the game right there. She just was very, like, the trades are very good early in that game with both of them, but that Syndra just kind of getting that little bit of extra damage. I mean, stepping up maybe a little bit too far for the Orianna, and she just ends up, you know, losing the solo kill, and she just got a little bit too much damage for Bloops and Blops to deal with.
Oh yeah. Because it's like I said, once Syndra has that lead, she's gonna get out there. She's gonna blow up anything that breathes, as if it has not a shred of magic resist on it. So that's exactly what happened. She puts out 3 balls. She hits out the R key, and you go missing faster than the Veigar can press the R key and hit the delete button on you. But it's okay. It's okay. They made it work. They did what they needed to do. But that is game 1. We had a lot of fun. We're here for another game, and hopefully Bloops and Blobs can bring it back here in game 2. Any parting words before we head into another break?
Just those Volibear games were very good, especially after he got 6. He just kind of ran in behind tower, just kind of slams, turns them off, and you know they just end up just getting deleted there, especially in that bot lane gank. But
Oh yeah.
Definitely, but we'll send it to a break, and we will be back in a bit here. See you guys back in draft.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, everybody? We are back here with game 2. Quick note, Soul Diggs is going to be subbing out, and Spef is going to be coming in. Just a little bit of emergency on their side, but still gonna roll with the game here for game 2.
Game two. We had a bit of a smackdown in game one. In game one, there was a lot of fighting going on, and there were a lot of things going back and forth. But it ultimately went in the way of the Big Bongo Boys, and we were so ready to see a different side of Boops and Blobs and see if they're able to claw it back in and force a game 3.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely Syndra is going to be a prio ban here for game 2. Maybe that Volley Bear as well. I just don't want to play against it. At least after that first game, I would definitely prio that Syndra in the mid lane.
But there's going to be a lot of fights going on. Lots
Yeah,
of fights.
I don't think either of them shy away. They feel like both these teams do want to get those early solo kills to get a lead, even if it cost them their sums. But yeah, definitely can't wait to see who gets first blood here. If they still waiting on that level 1 invade. But
Praying for it. I'm praying for it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
See what the other the pick here is going to be for the mid lane if that Syndra does get taken out here for the side of Big Bongo Boys.
It's gonna be Yone. I'm putting money on it right now. I'm putting money right now. It's gonna be Yone.
Not even like an Ari or
No,
even like a
it's
little
gonna be Yone.
Nico.
No, Yone. No, Yone. It's gonna be Yone.
All right. Yeah, I can see it. Yone's still a very a comfort pick for even the I like a Yone from time to time. Even when I play mid lane, I've been kind of trying to get into him. He feels very very fluid, very very strong in his own right. So I don't doubt you on the Yone pick here.
They said 1% less max HP damage on W. Don't care about that. 6% damage on tempo. 6% attack speed on tempo. Let's go. That's what we're here for.
That's where the extra 1% comes from.
Yone.
He loses the 1% and gains 6 from the lethal tempo.
No, it doesn't even matter. Because when you're sitting there and you're like, a billion attack speed, so I can W more often anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So that 1%, it doesn't matter. It's already covered by my next cast of W.
Another card that's ban coming out here for the first ban for BNB. And then we will see what Big Bongo Boys want to give away. Probably the Kench again. There he is.
Well, there it is.
Let's see if
I don't know what the prior on Kench is. I'm very confused. I'm perplexed.
He builds an item and he goes kind of crazy for being a tank.
Yeah, but there are also other tanks that do that. Looks like Cassante.
Looks at the new champ coming out. What's her name again?
Mbessa's not going to be a tank.
It's 4 dashes, max HP. Or is it max HP? No, but she gets like armor pen and
she gets a ton of armor pen and omnivamp. So
overload.
My new main?
Oh boy, I am not looking forward to seeing her. There's the Syndra ban. I was wondering when they were gonna weave that into the bans.
They're gonna target this mid laner. They're 100% targeting this mid laner, and it's not just because of that last game performance. It's like they're Bongo Boys' mid laner has a point value of 10, so that kind of puts things into perspective when most of your team is around the 5 and below mark. So I mean, in terms of point value.
Yeah. Same ADCs look like they're gonna be coming out here. Same with Leona. Looks like the drafts might be a little bit similar here, except for that mid laner on the side of Big Bongo Boys. See what they can cook up. Swain. I'm ready for it.
I like Swain. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I really don't feel like he's in a great spot right now. Riot took another swing and a miss. They decided that Swain is the next rise. We're just gonna rework him every couple of patches, and one of these are gonna stick. And we haven't hit the mark yet. So we have
It's
not hit
coming
the
soon
mark
though. It's
yet.
coming soon.
Oh yeah, they've done so much to this champ in this patch, and I'm just like, he needs some help.
Yeah, for sure. He needs to find his place, whether it be in support or mid. And Skarner gonna be flexed here for the side of BNB.
Hmm. And the
Come on,
volley
Volley
bears
Bear
like he might come
again.
back.
Yes. Oh,
The deer.
the U
Deer?
deer. Possible U deer play.
I love me some
Trying to make some
Udyr.
work.
I love me some Udyr. I love Udyr. He's one of
Hey,
my
there's a
favorite. Oh,
lock
there you
in.
go. I'm surprised that they didn't do the volley bear again, because that would have been
Mm,
really good into both Skarner and Swain.
mm-hmm. And their team comp just
Huh.
looked very strong, especially with the gank timers from the Volley Bear. But I
Yeah.
mean, I can mess with
Not
the new deer.
Oh yeah, not that Udyr's gonna have any issues. It's just like I think Volibear was a bit better. Like Udyr can really get in
Mm-hmm.
there, get in and out of fights pretty easily, but he's not going to have the same kind of sticking power, the same kind of well, maybe he does with the different movement speed to Ghost and all that, Swiftness boots and Dead Man's Plate. But he's gonna have a lot harder of a time like actually doing that kind of damage to Swain and Skarner. So I mean, it kind of is a give and take. Like you have a Udyr who's significantly more mobile than Volibear, has better target access, but his damage also isn't as high. Like his single target damage isn't as high as Volibear. So that's your trade off.
Yeah, Garen Van coming out here from the side of Big Bongo Boy, switching up just a little bit. It looks like Aurora still gonna be that prio ban here for the top mid.
Oh yeah, we hate Aurora in here. I guess I don't
I
know
liked it
what
when she first came out.
did Aurora
Nice.
like punch a baby or something? What happened?
Ari Van gonna be taken here as well. I can see the Ari Van very strong still. Especially if you can land those nice charms and then just slam your keyboard for the rest of your abilities.
Hold on now, you still got to weave auto attacks in there. I
True,
take
true,
offense
true,
to
true,
this.
true, 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 true. You're right. I forgot.
Ari does some mediocre damage, but it's fine. She's still a good pick because she has good wave. The damage he does is still good enough to wave clear,
Mhm.
and she's just incredibly safe because you're sitting there on three flashes, 4 flashes with her flashes actually up.
Mm.
So
Said here,
a lot.
gonna be banned out. I am a for sure Zed hater. I do not like playing against this champ. He just controls the tempo of the lane, can just leave whenever he wants to, and then comes back and hits the R button and can just get away if he needs be.
Wait, are you talking about Talon?
Oh, that's right. There is another one. Both of
Wait,
them.
did you mean Kiana?
Oh man, there's too many. There's too
'Cause
many.
'cause oh, because I hear a lot. Oh, did you mean Lux? Because these are all champions that just clear the wave and just walk away
True, true. I
instantly.
just think the tempo control on Zed because he can play very yes, Max, yes.
I'm not surprised. After seeing it hovered last in the last draft, I'm not surprised about the facts.
I don't like it, but oh, Azir,
Ooh,
hold
yeah,
on.
yep,
Azir
there you
buffed, right?
go. Azir was absolutely buffed this patch.
Oh,
But I mean, as far as like he
oh.
got like health and AD, like his health
Mm-hmm.
regen is went up by 2 and his AD went up by 4. So I mean, it's I guess more it would be considered more of a high elo type
Yeah, a
buff,
buff.
but it's not like he got any like significant AP damage or anything like that, but his last
Right.
hitting should be a lot easier without his soldiers up. So that's good.
Fortunately, we don't get to see the Azir. They are going to take away the Oriana on the other side, as well as the Mordekaiser and Ornn matchup going down in the top lane.
Which is a matchup favored for Mordekaiser. But
Uh,
it's again, Ornn, also another one of those lovely tanks that you love talking about, does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage, and a lot of people don't know that because especially at 6 when he's hitting you with triple brittle combo, which is dealing what 20 something 20% of your HP. It's
yeah, I
something
mean,
like that.
We were here last week with the Orn against who was it? The Vayne? It was Orn against Vayne, and Orn kind of walked her down. But yeah,
Hmm.
Orn is deceptively strong, and he doesn't have to back to get his item, so he can just kind of stay in lane, keep on farming as long as he's healthy enough. Can
Oh,
stay and play all day.
oh, I severely underestimated the Orn pass, the Orn like hitting those brittle procs. Because it starts at 10% and goes up to 18% based on Orn's
Damn.
level. So just at level 6, which tends to be which I believe is 13%, 14%. See, 13, I think it's 13%.
Mm-hmm. Still a lot for the brittle combo.
Oh yeah, when you're especially if you're hitting triple brittle, that's 13, 26 for almost 40% of your HP right there just from that alone. That's before calculating any base damages on any of his abilities with the health and armor scaling. It's like the guy can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this bot lane checks out as well. Nyla, Leona's still gonna be in here, but it looks like it's gonna be MF Swain, so we'll see if that can help the MF out a little bit more. But also time to see the new Swain rework and see how he kind of fares in the bot lane.
I don't know how he's gonna hit Neela, but sure. I mean, to give Swain some credit, they did increase his the never move, which is his ease, missile speed. So I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it'll help him out a lot. Maybe it'll be fast enough to actually hit people and not look like a snail crawling across the screen.
Yeah, I mean the as soon as like it hits the apex, it just like snaps back
Oh yeah.
as soon as it hits the apex. So I mean, definitely a lot more chances to hit those. Get his HP scaling up. Oh wait, does he still have or is health scaling on his passive? I would assume so, right?
On which wait on what level?
When he gets his stacks from
Who?
the W, Swain.
Oh yeah. He still gets the
They
health.
still kept that, right? Okay. I thought they like completely like reworked him and not like complete rework, but took his little HP scaling away, which I don't really think
No,
you
no, no,
can.
no.
Just because I feel like that's like yes, he can stack HP, but like that's just like a nice little it's a nice little treat when you hit your combo and get your little crow HP stack.
Yeah, because like what they did was they changed the way that it was that they changed the way that it stacks instead of just
Mm-hmm.
hitting like W and hitting like hitting the Visions of Empire, hitting the Never Move. Like they changed it to like takedowns instead. So
Mm. I see. I
uh
see.
they it gives him 12 per stack, like 12 HP per stack, but then also heals him based on his max HP, which increases based on level. Like the percent that he heals is
Mm-hmm.
increased per level. So it's like it's I, I'm not as much of a fan of that. I very much
Mm-hmm.
like the other one more, where it's like a lot easier to stack his that HP because I feel like he
Mm-hmm.
has significantly less access to it, despite the fact that his current healing and his ultimate is based off of AP and HP. So I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just looked up the Visions of Empire. His W, the slow starts at 50% and it lasts a little bit shorter now because it's only 1.5 instead of 2.5. But that'll be definitely good for kind of slowing down this Nilah, getting some surefire damage if he can hit his EW combo.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's fine. It's a fun time. We're gonna get in there, and it's good. We're gonna see how this rework actually does.
Yeah.
Because you got some HP stacking boys on kind of both sides realistically, with Orange, Garner, Swain, and versus Mordekaiser, Udyr, Leona, who all like to build a lot of HP.
Hmm.
So uh, yeah, I'm trying to like
It's
think
gonna
of like
definitely be a
how it
chunk
happened.
fight because there's not like really a tank shredder on either of these teams, at least from what I can see face value.
Not really, no. But Mordekaiser is definitely a tank shredder, and then they're going to be relying on the AD carries to do that job.
Know what I was thinking?
Well,
put my girl Gwen in there.
Oh my god,
Even
she
though
just
she's
got
been nerfed.
nerfed. She
Yeah,
just got
even though she's been
nerfed.
nerfed.
She just got
Does the
nerfed. Leave
job,
her
does it well.
alone. Leave her alone. Her
I'm
passive
not,
went from 0.72% scale, like increased scaling, to 0.6.
that's
So
what they
it's
did in January, and it didn't work. Like, I don't think it was that like that big of a nerf, but it's gonna feel awful for the first like little while people are figuring out what to actually build on her instead of just
you're not gonna feel that nerf until
Shadow
later.
Flame. What
Yeah,
else is built? Death Cap. Yeah,
all that does is nerf her full AP builds. That's all
yeah.
it nerfs. Like if
Well,
you're running
we'll
like Magic Pen and all that, then you're like whatever.
for sure, for sure. But
But
like I don't know. I don't see it because like you just go Nashor's Riftmaker. Even Rabadon's is still okay, but she
Rabadon's
does
is
the
still
job.
really good.
She does like tank shred, and that's mostly what she's used for. She is a very good carry champ if she can get ahead, but I don't know. I like it into these tanky comps. I feel like still do very well.
Yeah.
We're going to head
Yep, 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 yep,
into
yep,
the
yep.
game here.
Yep.
Welcome
And
to the
we're
Rift
off.
for game number 2. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a nice little invade comp here. But unfortunately, probably won't see any step ups. Do a little 5-point here.
I'm bored. Someone get in there. Someone fight. Throw hands. Throw hands. Box to somebody. Get in there.
Zenith Blade on
Oh, they're all just standing there. They're all standing there. I want to see something happen.
Zenith Blade onto the Vex Leona. You win that, I promise.
But we might. Do you win that? I don't think you do.
I don't think she does either.
I was like, you're just saying things at this point.
Get
But
him to
no,
get in there.
I want
Oh,
to. I want to.
still
Ooh,
Vex,
oh, okay,
so
okay,
it doesn't
okay,
go far
okay,
enough.
okay, okay. Well, look at the positioning
Hold
of
on. Oh,
yeah, Meows is like, but look at the positioning of this. They're gonna go for an early cheese. It looks like on Twilight here. If they can like chunk her out, that
okay.
could really decide the lane.
Oh,
Oh,
there
they
it's a
let her.
big.
She
Yep,
walked
there's the chunk.
all the
There's the
way
ignite. She
in.
does burn her flash. It's Leona's just gonna step up to kind of keep them at bay, but they do both lose a lot of HP, and that's gonna be very good for B&B here.
Yeah, first strike allowing that to be a real thing. But here
Good,
we
good,
are
good
again.
cookage here. Mid lane here, just doing some decent trades here. As I don't know. Oh, the electric proc goes off as I was just about to say that. I don't know if X is gonna win this little skirmish here.
Yeah,
It's
it's like I said before. It's like Oriana's autos. Like if you can stack them up and hit like 3 or 4 of them or more, like she's going to win out the trade against pretty much every mage in the game.
yeah, especially with her landing these Qs very nicely, putting it at a good position to kind of keep Vex off of the wave. As there's gonna be another E here from the Swain here, keeping that Leona a little low, but Leona's just been such a staple pick in these games on Risen that like she's just every time I see her she's just so uber tanky, even early game. Like you can put 18 spells into her and she might live that.
She just might. Why not? Why not?
Little scuffle here going on as Mordecai is gonna get first shove here.
Okay.
It does
Okay.
get a little bit of
Okay.
chunkage. His Vex is staying here, but one good one good Q from the Oriana.
Ooh, -1.
-1. Oh, and there
Oh!
it is. That's what I was talking about. One good Q from the Oriana, and Vex is no longer.
And removed from existence. T-shirts wear. Oh,
Lane's gonna step up here, get a
T-Nag.
little bit chunked out.
T-Nag stepping up and eating the melee range. Leona. The Shield of Daybreak is a powerful ability.
Just because there's so much more tankiness. I did not. I forgot that's an interaction. If he just does his little flame breath, he just doesn't get moved by the
CC immunity.
CC immunity. There's gonna be a little fight here for the Scuttle Crab, as Trix is not winning this one, as that's the early damage here from the Udyr, as he gets the flash, but he doesn't get the airborne here on the Ornn, as Ornn's gonna try to get the kill back, and he does, as Mordekaiser is gonna step up, get his passive proc. Vex is gonna be here for the um, rotate, as Mordekaiser is gonna escape with his life.
Ash's pickup by Udyr means that he doesn't care about how that item was nerfed. He said, "I'm still gonna run the Lianji's Rush anyway."
I feel like I don't see Udyr enough to know if he's in a good spot or not.
He's always in a good spot.
Somebody will find a way to make him work. What I'm waiting for is what I've been waiting for is the Xayah bot lane. That's what I'm waiting for in one of these games. I like the especially with like the little pseudo 5% buff. I feel like she's still. Maybe I'm watching too much like Gumayushi, but the weird engage here from Skarner as he's going to get CC'd pretty well. And Vex might die here if she steps up a little bit too far. She does get ignited, and she's gonna step into the Udyr pool there, as both Vex and Skarner living with very low HP.
Oh my! Look at that! See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at Ornn. Look at all that damage. It does like 10. It's 10% max HP damage at level 1, and it only gets worse from there. It goes up to 16%.
Leona going to burner flash there, doesn't want to get caught out by the Swain and the MF, as the Scuttle is going to go over to the Skarner, as the TP also going to be burned out here from Mordekaiser to grab this big wave coming in. Ornn's going to step up a little bit and do good amount of damage. The shield coming out from Mordekaiser as he procs his passive.
Yeah, but now the cooldowns are down, so he's like, I don't need to be here anymore. See, now this is something that you have to be careful of in the Ornn versus Mordekaiser specifically. Because if you ult, like, it can go one of two ways. Like, let's see if it happens here.
Let's see. Ornn gonna be winning the shit a little bit. So passive just gonna chunk him down a little bit, as here's the ult from the Mordekaiser, as it's gonna be a fight. Also in the bot lane is Swain gonna be stepping up here, as Udyr is here, as I don't know if he definitely didn't know he's there, as Udyr is gonna take that kill. But yeah, the Mordekaiser ult was good. Allow his jungler come up and help him with the assist. I don't know if he really needed it, but Orianna just kind of running a Vex, just throwing the ball up, see if she can get some big damage out.
Yeah, so when you're sitting here and you're looking at the Orianna is currently up 2 levels, and Vex is really, really bad into champions that outrange her, which Orianna does. So, I mean, this is kind of to be expected to be down early in that matchup. But like I was saying before, at least on the Mordekaiser versus Ornn matchup, it really depends on the timing of Mordekaiser's ultimate, because if Mordekaiser hits the Death Realm on the Ornn charge, not the charge, the breath, the flame breath. I'm like forgetting the names of these abilities right now, but on the W, it's like he can't take him into the Death Realm because he's CC immune during it.
Vex is going to be taken out here again by the Orianna. Maybe stepped up a little bit too far. But yeah, like you said, with the outrage on the Vex, if she doesn't hit the fear, she can't really land, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like her consistent damage that you're used to seeing, because Vex does do a lot of damage, but being down early, only having a mana crystal to her name, she's not going to really be too much of a threat to this Orianna.
Not at all. But yeah, being down 37 CS is also not great.
I mean, even with the Kyushu style, just, tickle her a little bit. But Speth, talking about Speth, with the coming in as a sub, he's doing very well against this Mordekaiser, all things considered. As the movement on the Orianna is going to be pretty good, trying to dodge out her Q, the Vex's Q, but Skarner is going to be there to assist. Dragon is going to come up. You might see a little scuffle here for this Dragon, as Swain's going to get caught out, as the Udyr and the Leona here, just kind of lock him down as Udyr is going to pick up another kill, going 3-1.
There you go.
Oriana
There you
trying to get
go,
a
there you
plate
go.
here, but Skarner pulling up just to kind of shove her away. As Vex lands the ult, Lantern W is this does a very good combo here from the side of BNB and takes out the Oriana here. Does not get dragged, but I think the kill on the Oriana is very worthwhile for that Vex to kind of be able to breathe a little bit.
Yep, very much textbook. It's like, yes, you get there, you use the Skarner slow, you get the ultimate off after the fear from Vex, and it just there's like no counterplay.
Yeah. Oriana definitely up. What is that? Well, I mean, I can't do math. Like 800,
1400 gold.
1400. Oh my
1400
god,
gold
that
diff
was closer then.
between the Vex and the Oriana.
Everyone else doing relatively well. It's just those early kills here from Oriana and being up all this farm is just. Vex is gonna have her work cut out for her in this game.
Yeah, the rest of Boops and Blops down in varying degrees between 200 to 400 gold, but it might be a
Swing
bit
gonna
more
step
from what
up
it's
here
looking
as
at.
the Nyla ult doesn't look like it connects as the MF ult comes out as also the Leona ult comes out as Swain kind of it goes back in with the flash. Can they get the kill secure? I don't think they can. As MF does pick up a kill here. Does she win against the Nyla? And she does not. Nyla just swinging her whip around to pick up that trade.
But these are all things to be looked at and analyzed and done, because it's like you're sitting here and you're like, what can Boops and Blops do, particularly without their mid laner being in a favorable position? Because now that when your mid laner is not up to par, they're not doing as well as they potentially could be. That kind of opens up the map for your jungler to kind of do what they want to do, because that you know that the mid laner can't really rotate on you.
Yeah, those cannon waves post 6 just cannot leave for those. But I mean, even in that last fight, Oriana was rotating down there, just in case an island didn't pick up the kill. But the Grubbies are going to be fought for, as Skarner is going to a little bit of a message on his dash here, as the Ornn ult's going to come out, and there's going to be a big fight here. A lot of abilities being used as Skarner's going to try to pick up maybe 1 or 2, but it looks like he's going to get caught out to dry as he gets stunned, as he gets a 3-man here. But doesn't look like his team can follow up, as that's going to be the Vex going down to the Oriana again. And I think that was Mordekaiser ult as Skarner was going through the wall to pick up that kill. Swain is going to casually just saying nope to the rest of that fight. Mordekaiser and Udyr are coming up for this Ornn, but I think Ornn had the sneaking suspicion, going to try to dash out, and movement is kind of crazy. As soon as that Mord, I think that's his E, if I'm remembering correctly. He is he's ready for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is his Z.
He is ready for that that flame breath to cancel it out. I can't believe I've gone all this time and I haven't known about that. That's crazy.
What about what?
The flame breath cancels the Morty.
Oh yeah, the death grasp it cancels all CC, but we have some shenanigans going on in the bot lane.
Swain gonna be coming out here ulting into the bot lane, as looks like Leona is just gonna be eating up this ult, but just not enough damage here from BNB. Maybe the Vex can get it, but the MF does take it. Good little zone to kind of push her back towards the MF for the kill. Oriana gonna be taking those plates there in the mid lane, as Vex did rotate to help out the team. Looks like Udyr just kind of sitting in the bot jungle here, seeing if he can find somebody. He does find the Skarner, but I don't think he knows that the Vex is there, but Oriana is going to be coming down, and I don't know if this is a very favorable fight here for BNB, as Oriana just going to be chunking out both the Skarner and the Vex, as he does land the ultimate, but Orianna just too strong at the moment for BNB.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know about you. I would not want to be caught in the middle of Udyr's empowered R,
Mm-hmm.
empowered Phoenix dance with an Orianna ball. I don't think I'd want to be caught there. That kind of just does not sound like a fun time.
Especially with the ultimate
Is that
coming
just
out from the
called?
Orianna.
Is that
Just
just called
to
Phoenix dance? I thought we changed all of these. We did change all of these. It's Wingborn Storm. See, I don't like with a lot of the new abilities. A lot of
old
the new
Udyr,
abilities,
yeah.
yeah. A lot of the newer abilities, like I'm still learning the names for it.
The two ults being burned out here from the side of Big Bongo Boys, and they're just gonna pick up that Vex again. Vex is just not having a very favorable time here, just trying to farm as Leona ult and the Nyla ult are gonna be used on this Vex as Big Bongo Boys are gonna take another Drake.
Oh yeah, they're kind of just running it over now. They're just taking control because there's no control. Like I said, but like when your mid laner is this far behind, they can kind of just walk in, especially after the mid tier one is gone. They can just walk into your jungle like with reckless abandon because like they know that your mid laner cannot rotate.
Yeah, Skarner does know that they are on grubs, but I don't think there's much he can do here. Kind of has to give it away, as like we just said, the Orianna just kind of walks up and does what you want, and even on the Skarner, she's doing some good damage here. Is looks like the rest of Big Bongo Boys are going to just rally around Shelly as they are going to take her for their own usage. As Orianna again just stepping up as she pleases as the Swain ult gets burned as he does get the pull, but Swain being on the support budget, he has to burn his flash and he just doesn't do enough damage here as the Wingborn Storm is gonna come out as the Skarner does get the ultimate out as does burn a flash from Udyr, but not enough damage as Skarner is gonna walk into three of them as the Ornalt coming out trying to save him as he does miss the second proc onto it, trying to hit the Mordekaiser it looked like, but they're going to use Shelly here on the top lane to get two of them as they take out the tower, as there's just going to be a big bonk there from the Mordekaiser as the Udyr living with very little HP as BNB just cannot finish off a kill, unfortunately, as they might get two for Shelly here as Swain is going to cover. Same with the MF, as Vex is farming bot lane as Nyla continues to push this mid wave into tier 2.
I mean, would you want to go contest her?
Not really. I mean, she's not that strong yet. She definitely can get a lot. Like her power spike just goes exponential here.
Yeah, she does have collector though, so that is something that you got to be mindful of.
For sure, yeah. I mean, there's nobody who really can step up onto the carries here of Big Bongo Boys, and this is gonna be an Orianna just waiting, and
Oh my
it's just like
god.
the Cinder from last game.
And she's got phase rush. You can't get away from that.
The tactical nuke comes out and just chunks half of her HP on the first Q proc.
It's a QW proc. Like you can't
Yeah.
really move after that because it's also a slow field underneath it. So and then you have Orianna like boxes out here with phase rush. So it's like it's so hard to escape it once she's on top of you like that.
Also,
And those auto attacks.
14 stacks of Magi's is crazy. Is MF gonna try to walk up to her, but a third of her health is just going to disappear. As Swain is gonna ult here, trying to do anything against Orianna, as they do get her flash, but Skarner does lose his ultimate for that. As I don't know if the I was gonna say, I don't know if the MF can walk up that far. As the Vex ult comes out, as so does the Leona ult. As Orianna is gonna get away here. I don't know if they want to really keep going on this. Skarner just trying to get his Heartsteel stacks. There's a little stackage.
A little bit of stackage. Nothing wrong with that.
Orianna gets out with her life there, as they almost had her if the she didn't flash. That Skarner ult was going to be pulling her all the way back to the side of BNB. This Udyr looks like he wants to engage here with the Nyla. Nyla burns her ult, but the Skarner pulling him into tower ranges. There's just not enough damage as the Nyla takes out the Skarner. Also Swain is no longer. As they're just going to get very aggressive here as the MF does burn her flash as the ultimate comes out. As Udyr just kind of sitting in it, but he's not too much to worry about.
And when you're sitting here on almost a 15,000 gold difference, it's like it's just so hard to like prevent the Bongo Boys from just running and taking whatever they want, because it's like especially when you see like the phase rush Oriana on box, it's like how do you catch that? Like, do you have enough CC to really lock her down long enough to do enough damage when you're so far behind that your damage is kind of negligible, unironically? But they're trying.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
trying
this is
to
something. Maybe this
get
is
a pick
something.
here.
The Realm of Death is available.
They're gonna be trying to run down this Mordekaiser, which is not enough damage. He's getting a little bit icky here with him having completed Rylai's and haunting guys as well. But I mean, this Oriana is just the main thing, especially like you said with that phase rush. She just has so much movement. I mean, kind of inescapable.
Oh yeah, and movement speed is like the underrated stat of the game. Like it's such an underrated stat.
Yeah. I mean, this game could have went both ways. With Vex, if she could have got maybe a little bit of a lead, as that's gonna be a lot of Skarner's health taken out as Vex does hit the ult, I believe, but the Oriana ult gonna come out here as a lot of ultimate abilities being used here, along with the Ornn ult, is all of BNB are just going to be taken out, as this is probably just gonna be a rush for Nexus if they can. I don't think anyone's gonna be up
I
in time to
don't.
really do
No, they
much against this
should
whole
be.
team comp.
They should be. They should be able to.
Probably one more little scuffle here.
No,
You got Vex, you got
yeah,
Swain, you got
they might fight
Skarner.
on the doubles, on the double towers,
Mm-hmm.
because the Nexus towers are like the last line. Because like that is if Bongos decide to stay, but it looks like they're just gonna try to go for triple impact. Maybe.
Yeah, Ornn getting pulled back. Not too much to be worried about. As the third tower does stay up. Is two inhibs do go down here on the side of BNB. So you gotta really crawl their way back into this game, being down almost 20k.
16. We're at
16,
16 right
yeah.
now. Yep.
So, I mean, everybody has a bounty on the side of Bongo Boys. Just kind of sitting on him. Oriana sitting on a 600 gold bounty, being 11-1, but she's just going to keep getting stronger. Even going for the Cosmic Drive for even more movement speed.
Oh yeah, it's so much. Yeah, like you can't catch anything here. It's everything on their team is just so fast, between the Neela, between the Oriana, with the phase rush, between Udyr with triple movement speed buffs.
Yeah, and having Deadmans and Swifties, I mean, the Vex is going to have a hard time landing any of her spells here. I mean, that goes for, you know, Swain, or even the Skarner. I've seen him just overshoot a couple of times, but
And I
he's
don't
gonna
think you want to
peel
be
here.
caught. I don't think you want to be caught close to the Mordekaiser or the Leona.
No, kills that get unit plated, or you're gonna go to Brazil. You're gonna go to the Death Realm.
You're going to Brazil.
They're just gonna kind of step up here with Baron, as Mordekaiser is going to walk these minions down into the Nexus turrets. As good ult here from the Ornn to keep them at bay for the moment, but the Swain just can't really live. I mean, he's living a little bit, but the God, oh my gosh, the Nyla getting a quadra there, and just going to take down those Nexus turrets, as there was a lot of ults being burned there, starting off with the Ornn ult, going into the Leona ult, and just Nyla dashing in and, you know, doing what she does best, throwing her Q out and taking that game
Oh
out.
yeah, we're so that, but that is another win for the Bongo Boys. Bloops and Blops did their absolute best to kind of claw back and make it and make something work, but it did. They just kind of they just fell short, and that's okay. They'll get them next time.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the Oriana kind of being taken over there from Big Bongo Boys, and just kind of using that advantage and just running at the Vex, knowing that she's not going to be as strong in the early game. So Oriana can just kind of place her ball where she needs it and kind of just get those cheeky kills on the Vex there for those solo kills.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just one of those things where you just have to understand that like where your power is and just kind of playing around
Mm-hmm.
it in that sense.
It's also just a lot of move speed for Big Bongo Boy, like the Udyr building, Swifties and the Deadmans, and Oriana having phase rush. It was just like, how do you stick to this team and be able to kind of lock them down? Even with the Swain pull, I mean it's not that long of a CC.
Yeah, it's it is not easy. It's not easy whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Well, good games from Bloops and Wops and Big Bongo Boys. Those fun games. And I don't think we have anything else right now.
No, we just have to look forward. We have for next week. We have someone to look forward to. Do you
For
know off
sure,
top?
for sure.
Or you,
I
you
do
got it.
not.
We have
You got it. You got it.
Team Greeley. We have Team Greeley. Team Greeley playing
Mm-hmm.
against our lovely boys that we have now seen twice already, and hopefully they get their first win with Bloops and Bops getting back at it again next week.
I'm rooting for them. They're like I can feel they're so close to just kind of breaking open a game, but like I think I said last week, that early game where they're just giving away solo kills and getting caught out is just I think just ends up being their downfall, and they just fall too far behind, whether it be the mid laner, or I mean whoever it might be. Just those early kills are so detrimental.
Yeah, they seem to not be like like doing too well against like the really early aggression that comes from a lot of these teams. But I feel like they're gonna get into their groove next week.
Mm.
That is what I feel because I want to see them do well. I want to see them win. I know that I need it. I need it. I love an underdog team. I love the dark horse of the dark horse teams. Those are always my favorite to watch because then it's like you never expect them to win, and then when they do, it's always just something super hype that happens. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But until then, we will see you all next week. Have a wonderful night and evening, morning, wherever you're watching us from. I'm Shiro. This is,
Dustin, what's up?
and we will catch you next week.
See ya.